Hello everyone, you're watching News Epicenter with me, Maria Shakil. Sunday's Morbi disaster has sent shockwaves across the country, where over 130 people lost their lives in the bridge collapse. Today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited the collapse site, where he reviewed the search and rescue operations. The Prime Minister also met rescue workers, medical personnel, as well as survivors and their families. He also chaired a meeting with local officials and called for a swift investigation, ordering them to take action against all those responsible. He also said that those children who have been orphaned by this tragedy are now the responsibility of the state. Remember, this bridge was opened 6 days back after being under repair for 7 months. It was opened 5 months ahead of schedule, without a fitness or completion certificate. There was no crowd control as tickets were sold at 17 rupees per head, and overcrowding caused this unfit bridge to collapse. 9 suspects have been arrested, all linked to the Oreva Group, a subsidiary of Ajanta Infrastructure. The firm was responsible for the repair and maintenance of this bridge. The arrested include contractors, ticket collectors, security guards and managers. But no action has been taken against the top brass of this company. Moreover, there has been no action against civic officials for what is clearly a case of criminal negligence. The question remains, after the Prime Minister's green signal, when will heads roll? First, what happened today?
Prime Minister Modi touched down in Morbi, where more than 130 lives were snuffed out in a matter of seconds when an overcrowded hanging bridge collapsed. After conducting an aerial survey of the Machu River, where teams of the NDRF are still searching for the missing, Prime Minister Modi visited the site of the bridge collapse and took stock of the operations. He then visited the local hospital, met survivors of Sunday night's tragedy, as well as the families of those who lost their lives. Prime Minister Modi said the mishap in Morbi has shaken him to the core. But questions remain over whether Morbi was a man-made tragedy. 9 scapegoats have been arrested, but the big fish behind the Morbi bridge collapse have gone scot-free. Ahmedabad-based Oreva Group was in charge of the renovation and repair of the bridge. Yet, the FIR has no mention of the company or its owner.
The watchman here is telling us that till Diwali he was here and after that he left. Now, in fact, on the day of inauguration also he left. Left for the event from this apartment, which is situated just 10 minutes distance from a suspension bridge.
In March this year, the bridge was closed to the public and Oreva Group carried out the repair and renovation work. But despite the contract clearly stating that the bridge will be closed for 8 to 12 months, Oreva opened it back for the public 5 months in advance on the Gujarati New Year. Some of the old cables of the bridge in Morbi weren't even changed during this so-called renovation. What's worse is that no fitness certificate was taken before reopening the bridge. Yet, tickets were sold for a mere 17 rupees per person to more than 400. Zero crowd management meant that the bridge was loaded way beyond capacity. Shockingly, the municipal corporation claims it only found out that the bridge was functional on the 29th of October. This callousness from the repair to the reopening left more than 130 people dead. Those who survived can't shake off the horror of Sunday night.
जैसे पुल के ऊपर गए, थोड़ा अंदर गए, ऐसे पुल नीचे गिरा.
15-20 छोकरा बॉयडे मस्ती कर रहा था और लतबत छारी में मार रहा था. पहला धीरे से थी, फिर फास्ट से, और तीसरी बार आवाज आई नहीं तो बीच गिर गए.
So who is shielding those behind the Morbi bridge collapse?
Here are the big questions that still persist. Question 1. Why has the owner of Oreva not even been questioned so far? Remember, the FIR was lodged and arrests made, but what about the top brass of this company? Why did the Morbi police not even name Oreva company in the FIR? Can the state deny lapses on the part of the Morbi civic body? What about the municipal authorities? Shouldn't they be booked? Shouldn't the civic body be booked for criminal negligence? And why has there been no action against Morbi civic officials yet? Several questions for which we are seeking answers. And let me go straight to Morbi now, where VVN Prasanna Kumar is joining me live. He is the NDRF commandant. Mr. Prasanna, really appreciate your time. My question to you, sir, is the rescue operation over, or will the search operation continue with your divers?
Actually, the search operation is still going on. Our deep divers and our boats are still doing operations in this Machu River. So there is no stop in our operations.
Do we know how many people are missing, Mr. Prasanna?
I think we are, as per information received from district administration, it may be 1 or 2 persons. That's why we are searching for these missing persons.
Okay, and the muddy water of the Machu River is posing a challenge for the divers to go underwater and look for people. Is that true? That's what we were told by reporters from the ground. Yes,
the water. This is a muddy water, and most of the sewer water also mixed in this water. Because of this phenomena, the water color is almost all black color. Because due to this, our divers are facing problems, visibility problems when they are into the water. However, we are using some latest technologies like underwater ROV plus sonar system. With these equipments, we are reaching, our divers are reaching in the riverbed and also continuing searching for the missing persons.
Okay, so you are saying at the moment you are sensing that perhaps 1 or 2 people could be missing, and most of those, the casualty figure is around 134. That's what we are told. And, in terms of the rescue operation, how long do you think it will continue? And drones, we are being told, are being used to facilitate this entire search and rescue operation. Give us more details.
Actually, the figure today, because one of the injured persons succumbed to death, so that's why the figure rises to 135. Okay. As per information from district administration, there may be 1 or 2 persons. We are still continuing the operations. And we are using whatever the technology available, latest technology available in the field. So we are using these technologies, and it will continue till everybody satisfies that there won't be any body is there on the river. Till that time, we will continue our search operations.
And what are the challenges that you are facing? Of course, you spoke about the muddy water. What else?
Because there is a hysia of weed there. However, today the district administration deployed a weed removal machine in the water. So that's why the weed problem is also gone. So the water is almost all clear from the weed.
Okay. Mr. Prasanna Kumar, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us. That was the detail coming in from the NDRF commandant who's overseeing the rescue operation, which is continuing on Ground Zero in Morbi. But as you ask those questions, ladies and gentlemen, about Morbi, I'm going to play some visuals. And just look at this visual that is coming from Yellapura in Karnataka. It seems no lessons have been learned. Here you can see tourists driving a car on a suspension bridge, which could have collapsed at any time. Why would you take such a risk? In fact, it was the protests from the locals which prompted these tourists to exit the bridge. But clearly a disaster was waiting to happen, and there was zero presence of local authorities to prevent any other tragedy or prevent even this tragedy. There was no police or security official present to tell this tourist not to take the car onto the bridge. Who would have been held accountable if another tragedy would have taken place? The unfortunate part is that just like Morbi in the past, we have seen tragedies But when it comes to arrests, most of these arrests have taken place just for negligence. But the cases drag on and the suspects get bail, and the status quo remains in most of these cases. Because we have seen the big fish or the top guy are never held accountable for these tragedies. Let me give you some more details on that. Look at the 2019 Mumbai footbridge collapse. 6 people were killed, 29 injured. 3 government engineers were arrested and charged with negligence, which is Section 304A of the IPC. 218 Varanasi flyover collapse. 18 people were killed. 7 government engineers and 1 contractor were arrested and charged again with negligence or just lapses. 2016 Kolkata flyover crash. 27 people were killed and 70 were injured. 16 suspects charged with culpable homicide. They are all out on bail. Then there is the 2009 Kota Chambal bridge crash, where 28 people were killed. 14 Hyundai and Gammon officials were only booked for negligence. So the question is, how many more tragedies will it take for the Aam Aadmi to see real action against this deadly negligence that haunts our public infrastructure?